Hi everybody, my name is Julie and I'm coming to you today from the Grandview Heights Public Library. Now as you can see sitting behind me, I have a whole cart of books that I'm very excited to be sharing with you. So let's get started. Now the ages I'm going to be sharing with you today are books written and illustrated for kids birth all the way up to 3rd grade. So a wide variety of stuff. So let's jump right in. Now, as many of you know, you may recognize me because every Wednesday I teach the family yoga class here at the library. And I love to learn about new yoga books to share with our library patrons. This is a collection of yoga books that are written for babies and toddlers, and they are fantastic. And they're all written by the same author, Sarah Jane Hinder. We have Yoga Bear, Yoga Bug, Yoga Bunny, and Yoga Whale. And I'm sure you've picked up on the fact that each one is themed with different yoga poses. So for instance, Yoga Whale has different under the sea poses that kids can learn. So this one is pufferfish pose. Breathe in and feel your tummy grow. Then breathe out. Nice and slow. So if you're sharing this book with a child, you can close your eyes and imagine that your belly is like a pufferfish and it fills up with air as you breathe in and out. Let's look at another one. Yoga Bug. So Yoga Bug has all the different bug poses that you can share. So for instance, we have butterfly pose. So we have the insect on one page doing the yoga pose and the child on the other page practicing that same shape with their body. Flutter by flutter, fly, fly away, butterfly. I think these books are great and they're very heavy duty and they can take a lot of wear and tear. And one more board book I want to share for you for babies and toddlers is called I Love My Tutu Too, and it's by Ross Burak. And what I love about this book is not only the fact that all the animals are wearing fancy tutus, is that each page has a number on it that is very big and bold. So when you're learning and teaching number recognition, it's really easy for the child to see and understand. So I'll read a couple pages so you get the idea. And here's our little penguin friend. 1 tutu. I love my tutu. And here's the number 1, and you can trace it with your finger and point out the fact that there's 1 tutu in this picture. Turn the page and a new friend joins us. I love my tutu too. Penguin says, you do? I do. And now there are how many tutus? 2 tutus. And here's the number 2. And plus it's fun to say tutu over and over. That's a great one. I love my tutu too. Now moving on to picture books, so books that are have pages that are, paper, a little bit less endurable for really young children, but they can be read to a child of any age. So this one is called I Can Only Draw Worms. And this is a really fun interactive book and it has a lot of extension activities that parents and teachers can do with your reader. I Can Only Draw Worms by Will Mabbitt. This book is about worms. I can only draw worms. Here's worm 1. And then you can count the worm. Here's worm 2. So we've found 2 worms. Here they are both together. It's hard to know which is which. They do look very similar, don't they? I'll give the second worm glasses. See, he's wearing glasses in this picture. That's better. Now you can tell them apart. And something that I did was I drew my own worm for you to be able to tell apart from the other worm. See, my worm is wearing a hat in this picture. And I even added a little fancy flower for her hat. And that's something that you can do at home as well. Draw your own worm. Here's worm 3. She's a different color. No reason, I just lost my pen. So as you can see, this book is very silly and fun and has some great ideas of ways that you can practice your counting and different things that you can do art-based. So lots of ideas come from this book. I can only draw worms. Another picture book that I have to share with you today is called Catch That Chicken. Oh, there we go. Make it a little bit closer so you can see. By Atanuke, illustrated by Angela Brooks-Bank. Now this is the story of a little girl, and her name is Lami. And Lami lives in a village, and she is known throughout as being the best chicken catcher. Those chickens don't stand a chance against Lami. This is Lami. Lami loves chickens. Now luckily, Lami lives in a compound. See? And you can explain what a compound is. With lots and lots of chickens. Catch 'em, Lami, catch 'em, shouts Brother Bilal. Catch that chicken, shouts friend Fatima. Catch 'em, Lami, catch 'em, shouts Sister Sadia. So this story follows along as Lami is chasing the chickens all around her compound. But one day, something happens. Lami climbs a tree, falls out, and hurts her ankle. How will she be the best chicken catcher now? We'll read this story and find out what happens to our friend Lami. I love this story. It is set in a different country, and you can learn different vocabulary words about, something that you may never have heard of before, like a baobab tree. You may be encouraged to learn a little bit more about what a baobab tree is. So again, this book is called Catch That Chicken. I love the illustrations. Lami is so cute. So moving on to some nonfiction. Something about me is that I love cats and dogs. I love learning about cats and dogs because they are such unique creatures. So I brought this book. It's called Your Dog's Superhero Skills. Boy, you guys, our pets are pretty amazing. So let's just flip open to a random page and see what we can learn about dogs. Okay, let me start over. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, night vision. Did you know that your dog has excellent night vision? Dogs can have speed and strength. They also have other super skills. One of them is night vision. Inside both dogs and human eyes are millions of cells called rods. These cells help us see when there is very little light. Dogs' eyes have many more rods than human eyes. Being able to see in dim light helped your dog's wild ancestors hunt at night. So yeah, I didn't know that my dog can see better than I can at night. Pretty interesting. Now the other book I brought is called Why Do Cats Meow? This book asks a lot of questions that you may have wondered about your own cat at home. For instance, the good, the bad, and the snuggly. How many different cats are there? So this page describes all the different kinds of cats. Did you know that there are different breeds of cats? So many. Oh, this page is cool. It talks about what the different things on a cat's face can do, like its whiskers. Boy, those whiskers on your cat are pretty incredible. Domestic cats do most of their hunting at dawn and dusk. It is difficult to see well at these times of the day, so they rely on their whiskers to help them move and hunt instead. Whiskers can be held flat against a cat's face, pushed forwards or spread outward depending on whether it is feeling happy, content, curious, or anxious. So your cat's whiskers are communicating a lot to you. You just have to look and notice. When a cat touches its whiskers against something, it is able to sense the size and texture of what it is investigating. Whiskers on the face can help a cat decide if a space is large enough to get it through. This is because the whiskers are as long as the cat is wide. Now, when I'm at home tonight, I'm going to have to look at my cat and see, because I didn't know that. I didn't know that her whiskers were as long as her body is wide, so that she knows if she can fit through a certain space. Isn't that incredible? We can learn so much from books, can't we? Very cool. Now, those nonfiction books that I just shared are really great for all ages, but particularly kids who are just starting to learn to read. So, first, second, third grade, excellent choices. And last but not least, I brought a couple of beginner chapter books that I want to share with you. This first one is a chapter book / graphic novel, and it's called Bad Guys by Erin Blabby. Now, bad guys, you may have heard of these bad guys. We've got the big bad wolf, we've got a shark, a piranha, and a snake, otherwise known as the bad guys in stories. But in this book, these bad guys are trying to show you that they're actually good guys too. This book is hilarious, and it has great illustrations, like this picture of the big bad wolf wearing his shades and cool hat. And I'll just read a few pages to you to help you get started and get an idea of what this book is like. Chapter 1, Mr. Wolf. Psst, hey, you. Yeah, you. Get over here. I said get over here. What's the problem? Oh, I see. Yeah, I get it. You're thinking, ooh, it's a big, bad, scary wolf. I don't want to talk to him. He's a monster. Well, let me tell you something, buddy. Just because I've got big, pointy teeth and razor-sharp claws, and I occasionally like to dress up like an old lady, that doesn't mean I'm a bad guy. And on this next page is the wolf's rap sheet. All the different crimes he's committed, like impersonating sheep, breaking into the homes of old women, impersonating old women, attempting to eat old women, attempting to eat relatives of old women, theft of nightgowns and slippers, status, dangerous, do not approach. So which story do you think that this page is referring to? That's right, Little Red Riding Hood. This book is so much fun. You can read it aloud together, or you can give it to a child who is so excited to start reading chapter books. The chapters are short, there's not too many words per page, and like I said, it's funny, and who can resist a funny book? Now the next one is a great choice for kids who have enjoyed books like Judy Moody, Junie B. Jones, and if you haven't tried one of the Clementine books yet, you are missing out. This is called The Talented Clementine by Sarah Pennypacker, illustrated by Marla Frazee. And this is actually the second book in the series. The first one is currently checked out, which I was really excited to see. That means somebody out there is reading it. And I hope that you want to read the second one. Now, Clementine, what I love about Clementine is she is one of the most creative characters that I've ever read about. Clementine loves art. Clementine loves trying new things. She's very quirky. I love her clothes. And I love the way that she and her friends and family are drawn. Let me see if I can find a picture that really expresses Clementine. Yeah, see, here's Clementine at school. Does Clementine look like she's having a great day at school? Not really. So you have to read the book to find out. But I'll read the first page of chapter 1 to you. Chapter 1. I have noticed that teachers get exciting confused with boring a lot. So they get the words exciting and boring confused. But when my teacher said, "Class, we have an exciting project to talk about," I listened anyway. "Our school is going to raise money for the big spring trip," she said. "The first and second grades are going to hold a bake sale. The fifth and sixth grades are going to have a car wash. And the third and fourth grades are going to put on a talent show." Yeah, this is right up Clementine's alley. She loves to perform. She loves to share her creativity. So you've got to read this book to find out what Clementine does in the school's talent show. All right, guys. Well, that's all that I have to share with you today. Just so you know, any book I talked about, if it sparks an interest, you can go to our website, put it on hold, and then pick it up when it's ready for you in our pickup trailer that's now located in the library's parking lot. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure sharing some of my favorite books for kids ages birth to 3rd grade. All right. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Happy New Year. Bye.